Hello there again, this is Inayat Mir and with my this video which is about expansion cards and some other components, and we are going to have some close look about some components on the motherboard. So what you see here, it is a video card, and this is a VGA video graphic array and a DVI digital video input. These are the ports what you see visible from the left side here, and in the bottom you see connector, and on the top you see a cooling fan. So this is a video card, and it has own cooling fan, and video card has own memory and RAM actually on it. And this is a fan on the processor or on the CPU, and this is a fan on top of a heatsink. So this is a close look than what you had before in the full motherboard. And this is a power supply. So you see the fan, you could have a single fan and you could have a dual fan. You see a voltage switch, and for example, if you travel somewhere outside of this country, from US to a Asian country, Europe, and you might want to do this switching from this voltage switch and the power cord, where you can control power on and off from this button, and then you have a socket for power cord. So these are the few components. And one more thing you have to remember, that if you want to buy a power supply, and you have two choices, so you can buy a generic power supply or you can buy a brand name power supply, and that will cost you of course more. And if you have a brand name, and it depends on how many watts you have on the power supply, is like from 400 watts to 800 or around that. It all depends. So when you browse around, you look around on Google, and you will see, and more the power, more the money. And brand name of course gonna cost you double, even triple amount of money. And this is a riser card, so you will not see this card like that now. So you will see built in on the motherboard those PCI slots, but you could see some riser cards like that for sound card or video card, something like that, as we had a first video card on that screen. This is a card which is showing you PCI, two PCI slots, and on top of this you can add your expansion cards. And we had these kind of riser cards before in the past, and on newer motherboards we are trying to eliminate riser cards, and we have built-in PCI cards, or most likely you have built-in components and ports on the motherboard. And you also can use a lot of other controllers, and you can use built-in sound card as well, built-in video card as well. So this was just a typical picture of the old one. And this is a system bus overview. System bus, which connects to the hard drive controllers, video controllers, memory, sound chip, and it actually goes on all over on the motherboard, communicates with CPU. When something has to be processed, it goes into the processor, and when something is processed, it comes out from the processor, and it basically travels on the system bus, and it goes where it's supposed to go based on the instructions. But that is the simple system bus picture. And you see here storage devices, couple of them. So from the left you see a Western Digital external USB hard drive, and then you see a PATA hard drive, the second from the left. And then you see a USB had a different versions. You had 1.0, 1.1, 1.5, 2.0, 3.0, and now recently a 3.1 also came out with a very huge power, or say very nice good speed, 10 gigabit per second. So you will see all of these in later videos. This was just an overview about it, and I will explain to you about the SATA, PATA, SCSI, and some other storage devices, and we will talk from A to Z for everything. But for now, just absorb what we have here, and I will see you in my next video.